Hello, everybody. Welcome on board. Our flight today, we're having another adventure. I just need to check something out really quick. Need to make sure, I'm trying a new stream thing called Restream, and I'm making sure I'm live across everywhere that I'm streaming. So I need to make sure I'm live on Facebook. Facebook fam, if you're here, give me a shout. Testing out for the Facebook fam. YouTube fam, I need to know if you're present and accounted for. Perhaps, perhaps not. Yes, okay, I see we are streaming live on the YouTubes. And, okay, so I've got YouTube, I've got Facebook. Who am I missing? Who am I missing here? Twitch. Twitch fam. Are you present and accounted for? Alright, I've got Twitch. Now I just need to know if the chat stream that I'm using to monitor all this is working. Who knows, my dudes. Alright, anyway, we're getting set up here. Our nav's out of date, gotta get that updated after this flight. We're in Houston, which is where we came back in from Corpus Christi. Yesterday. Today we are taking a company Houston to San Antonio. We're flight number 2268. Let's see. It's catering. They are wanting in, I'm sure. Okay, perfect. Catering's loading up. What is our departure today? Oh, I gotta get V-Pilot loaded up. Sorry, everybody. I wasn't fully prepared as I thought I was. Southwest 2268. Okay, y'all gonna have to remember that call sign for me, because I can't ever manage to do it somehow. Houston to San Antonio. Okay, file. There's something else I'm forgetting. Fly live. I'm gonna fly online, but I don't think there's any traffic around me. So what I'll probably end up doing is keeping the AI traffic on. Anyway. Sorry, I'm looking up some charts for Houston. I thought I had them saved. I know I had them saved because I had them with me yesterday. Well, I thought I had them with me yesterday anyway. Yes, I do. I do have my Houston chart with me. Hello. Oh, but I need to know what runway we're landing and departing. Visual 12 left, 12 right, which is actually 13. That hasn't been changed over yet. So we'll take 13 right for our departure today. And our route is to the Retware 5, then to Wayland. 5 over to Wayland. And then everything should be in order to the Baran 3 arrival into San Antonio, but I want to check windy.com so I can get a good idea of what runway we're going to be at least kind of landing on today. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's going to be loud and annoying. Hang on one second. Sorry, trying to find San Antonio's airport. Where is it at? There's our dot. Okay, wind is fairly calm in San Antonio, but it looks like we're going to be coming on runway 1 something. Arrival into 13 right. Right? Yep, that's what we'll do. And our arrival was on the Braun 3 via the Wayland. I don't think we need a transition, so we'll activate that route and get that going. Let's check out some stuff with that route though, while I'm thinking about it before we get moving and shaking here. Houston to San Antonio 2268. Hello. There we go. Gotta get that top bar working. This is what I was gonna do. Here. So we're just gonna check our route really quick. Move that vector over. Legs. Switch to plan mode. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, awkward. So from there, we'll turn to Hadzo and come right in. Perfect. Yeah, that actually didn't take as much altering as I thought it would. We are full today, so we have 148 passengers on board the aircraft. I'm going to turn all of our lights on, and oh, those should already have been on. Do a quick walk around outside with me. I think I've got enough time to do so. Boom. We are in a older-ish type, not older-ish, but older livery, I guess is the word I'm going for here. Hey, if my comments aren't going, or like if y'all are commenting and they're not coming through, let someone somehow let me know. If you know me, shoot me a text so I can know, because I'm using Restream and I'm not quite sure what's going on. I see there's one comment on my Facebook and it didn't come through, so I don't know. Don't really know what's going on there. I wonder if that showed up in my OBS feed. No. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad because I know a lot of y'all like to. A lot of the audience right currently is on what is Facebook. So I want to be able to see comments from Facebook. And if I can't, that's going to be real upsetting. Y'all need to remember gate A13 for me so I can close out of some panels here. Okay, light's good. Here, we're in an auto livery. It's called the Canyon Blue livery. We're up to the Heart now, but Southwest still has a couple jets that are flying Canyon Blue. I'm going to stand right here because I know how these ground crews are. They run me over, and I don't appreciate this tomfoolery. Hey guys. Okay. Why am I getting logged out here? Why is this not letting me log in? That is frustrating. Okay, well that's acting a silly goose. Finish my walk around here. Alright, things are looking good there. How about on the tail? Love that, love that, love that. Alright, we're looking good there. APU bay is good. Okay. This is our stairs, I guess, for our cabin cleaning crews. Come in. Let's see, and we're Gucci here. That's the Canyon Blue livery right over there. No, I'm sorry, that's the Heart livery. Good lord. And it looks like we're good here. Time to refuel the aircraft. We got 14,789. 14,789. 14,798. My goodness. 14,798. So fuel 14,798. Fuel's going in. Our zero fuel weight today is 134.4. 134.4. And what did I say? Also, I don't think 14798. 14798. Okay, it's fine. Fuel, so 14.8. What we're using today, we got 5 pounds of reserve. Cost index is 36. We're going to be headed up to flight level 280 today. It's going to be a short hop to San Antonio. Flaps 5 for takeoff. Center of gravity is going to be 23.1%. So we need 5.93 units of trim. It's going to get real loud for some tests really quick. I apologize, so I'm going to not talk during it.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear, terrain, terrain, pull up. Sink rate, pull up. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low, terrain. Too low, gear. Too low, flaps. Too low, terrain. Glide slow. Bank angle, bank angle. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 2,500. 1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain.
Alright, that test is over. Sorry. It just gets loud with me talking on top of the test going on, so it's just easier to do that. If you were with me yesterday, you know that I totally forgot to turn on the flight recorder until right before takeoff. So we're just going to nip that one in the bud and actually get it set today. Let's see. Chat app. Open in browser. Still no chats. What's going on here, y'all? I do apologize again if anyone's trying to send me a chat. Or not necessarily a chat, I guess, but well, yeah, a chat. Send a message through, because it's not wanting to cooperate. We're going to do a weather radar test really quick.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
now we gotta do a TCAS test. I didn't hear it, but I saw it, so the TCAS system was passed. Ooh, we were supposed to be in a 737-800 today, but they only brought me a 700. Just realized that.
We're ready to go when you are.
No, you're not. I hear you still loading passengers.
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your large carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. If you have trouble finding a location for any of your carry-on items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full,
Alright, so as far as
as a courtesy to other passengers.
departure,
Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other
looks as
passengers to find
though...
their seats as well.
Okay,
If you are
sorry.
seated in an emergency
We're gonna
exit
take
row,
taxiway
please use the
Zulu,
exiting responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you.
Delta
Please ensure you are
X-ray.
willing and able to perform the actions required.
Now let's take
If you are not
Zulu
able or prefer not to
Echo,
perform these actions,
and then we can
please
turn
let a
right up
flight
onto
attendant
13,
know
right?
so you can be seated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Do we have bags? There they are. Wow, bags took forever to get here. Alright, folks. Normal checklists. Let's start this over here. Pre-flight checklist, oxygen tested 100%, instrument transfer and display switches normal, auto, window heat on, pressurization mode selector auto, flight instruments standby. And altimeter heading 131, altimeter 29990 set, parking brake set, engine start levers cut off, pre-flight checklist complete. Go ahead and make my announcement. Folks from the flight deck, this is Captain Baker. I am going to be flying you over to San Antonio today. Weather en route to destination is a little bumpy. There is some possibility of some slight precipitation on our way there. We're only going to go up to about 28,000 feet today, so this is a quick, short hop over to San Antonio, just about under an hour, give or take. We plan on getting you there on schedule unless there are any ground delays. They're finishing getting the baggage loaded up right now, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your flight over to San Antonio. If there's anything our flight attendants can do to make your flight more comfortable, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for flying Southwest. Talk to you again once we get to cruise. Alright, flight deck door. We can leave it unlocked for right now. I just gotta know if anybody... Okay, I don't see any Facebook notifications, so I guess that means no one cares. Which is okay. I really don't. What did I say? What did I tell y'all to remember? A13? This is our arrival gate. Hot dog. All right. Shut the doors. Prepare for pushback and departure.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 2268 for service to San Antonio. Our flight time will be roughly 48 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Cockpit to ground, parking brake is set. Let's go ahead and do our before start checklist. Flight deck door closed. Locked, denied entry. Mode control panel.
Locking the gear now.
V2 144, heading 313, altitude 17,600 set. Takeoff speeds 134 V1, V rotate 137, V2 144. CDU pre-flight completed. Rudder and aileron trim 3 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed. Anti-collision light is on. Before start checklist complete. Cockpit to ground, brakes released.
Captain, you are clear for engine start.
Roger. Start engine 2. Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete
Oil
attention
pressure,
to the flight attendants as they
and
demonstrate the
start
safety of our
switch.
aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency,
Start
you need
engine
to
1.
evacuate the aircraft. There is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards safety. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth.
Oil pressure.
Secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the strap if necessary and breathe
Start
normally.
switch.
Although the bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others.
Ground
Keep your
cockpit,
mask on
brake
until
set.
a member
You
of
may
the
disconnect.
crew
I'm waiting for engine start
In
confirmation.
the unlikely
Nope.
event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests.
Cockpit to ground, engine starts are good.
Open the
You are
plastic
clear to
pouch
disconnect.
and vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle up in front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual
Oh,
inflation. The vest is equipped
got
with
ahead of
a whistle and
myself
light.
there on
If
departure.
necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, put your arms into the strap, and hug the cushion.
Stand by. Unlocking
Please
the gear.
securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright
Plug is
position. We remind you
disconnected and
that this is a
bypass pin has been
non-smoking
removed.
flight.
We'll
Tampering
signal
with,
you
disabling, or
on the
destroying the
dot
smoke
and have a good
detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety
Flaps
card
5.
located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Flight control check. Ready? Full left, full right, center, full up, full down, center, full left, full right, center. Flight control check complete. Taxi checklist, generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice off, isolation valve auto, engine start switches continuous, recalled. Checked, auto brake, RTO, engine start levers, idle detent, flight controls checked, ground equipment. Ground equipment is clear. Before taxi checklist complete. Clear on the left and we're clear on the right. Let's go. Houston Hobby traffic, Southwest 2226, taxiing runway 31 right via Zulu Echo. 5 minutes till we gotta be out of here. 5 minutes. Sorry, looking at something one more time because I'm testing out the chat function. It's the darn chat function. See, Britain's commenting, but I can't see Britain's comments. For all intents and purposes of the stream, I'm not ignoring my Twitch followers, but I am going to switch over to Facebook comments because it seems I have more interaction going on there. Yes, Britain, that is what happens on in the flight deck, in the cockpit. Got some traffic landing over here on runway, what is that? Probably 31 left. No, they're on right. Whew. That was a little drunk turn there. Britain's back. I don't know if you left or not, Britain, but it's just Judd Baker. How's it been? I haven't talked to you or Shay in a real long time. Sorry to hear that y'all's wedding had to be pushed back. It sucks. Dang COVID. Let's see. Is that aircraft going around? Crud. Okay, whatever. Houston traffic Southwest 2268 crossing runway 31 left at Echo. It's only minorly annoying. Okay, let's see. This is runway 17, so this is where Houston gets complicated. Oh crap. Houston traffic Southwest 2268 crossing runway 17 at Echo. Alright. Oh. Are you gonna beat me? Did you beat me to the runway? I'll hold. If you wanna go, I'll hold. Before takeoff checklist, flaps 5, green light, stabilizer trim 5.98 units set. Before takeoff checklist complete. Or are we holding on another aircraft coming in? Okay. Alright. Looks like they're gonna let us go. Engine start switch is continuous. Switch there. Houston Hobby traffic Southwest 2268 entering runway 31 right, departure for San Antonio. Takeoff. Thrust set. Airspeed alive. 80 knots. That plane better not be about to cross the runway.
V1.
V1. Rotate. V2. Oh my god, I didn't even see that plane on the runway. Positive rate, gear up. That's what they were waiting on back there, I guess. Well, that was eventful. Glad you all got to witness that stupidity. Speed at flaps 1 speed. autopilot. Let's go ahead and turn on the LNAV and our vertical speed, set that around 23. What happens when I hit another plane? Well, you know, I have the like crash detection turned off on this because sometimes the simulator thinks just a little rough landing is a crash. So I have a disagreement with the simulator sometimes. Houston traffic, Southwest 2268, clear, runway 31 right. But if the crash were on, it would just basically stop the simulation and turn it off and kind of reset it. Flaps up. Excuse me. Yeah. No. No, that's right. Yeah, flaps up. I don't know what I was thinking there. Just flying flaps 1 speed with flaps 5. Like an idiot. Switch over to VNAV. Set our altitude at 28,000. Okay. Landing lights off. Runway turn off and taxi lights off. Engine start switches off. Wheel well off. Auto brake off. Landing gear off. After takeoff checklist, engine bleeds on. Packs. Auto landing gear up and up. Flaps up. No lights. After takeoff checklist complete. So typically, on takeoff, we would have what's called a sterile cockpit. So all the talking that I'm doing right now, that's not checklist related. You know, answering questions and things like that is not a part of the sterile cockpit, because if anything happens below 10,000 feet, there doesn't need to be casual conversation going on the flight deck. It needs to be all geared toward takeoff. But relaxing a little bit tonight. Okay, gonna let the cabin crew know we're about to pass 10,000. Once we pass 10,000 feet, we can cruise on past.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may turn on larger.
You'll see this little purple line shoot up.
This is also a reminder.
Boom. That means we're now clear to go above 250
Not form a
knots.
line near the lavatory. This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight communications to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live streams and safety subscribers.
Oh yeah. Ending logo light off now. It's gonna be a little bumpy going into San Antonio, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, did you see that? The traffic down there? I wonder who that is. I don't think I can zoom in on it. Where'd it go? Ghost plane, there it is. Who are you? Oh, a United flight. Okay. While we are climbing really quick, you're gonna hear it get quiet. No, now I'm so loud. We're gonna check out the YouTube channel and Twitch just to see if there's some comments going on there. I promise y'all, if you're on the Twitch and the YouTubes, I am not. No, well, there's my voice. I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm trying to figure out with this Restream software how I can see chats from everything, and I should be able to, but like they're not coming through on my end. Like all Britain's messages aren't. But luckily, no one's chatting on the other things. So just want to see, yeah, see, Britain's isn't even coming through on Facebook. It's because Facebook's a pain in the butt, let's be honest. That's a weird little turn we're about to make. Any airline-related questions anyone may have, I am willing to answer those because we've reached the point in the flight where I kind of get bored. Takeoff and landing, always the most exciting parts. It's cruise, climb, cruise, and descent that are boring for me. It's always fun to drop down behind the engine right here because the camera from the air quote jet blast kind of goes nuts. Love a good tail view now and then too. Oh, altitude, transition altitude, altimeter set standard. There's a thing. What's the thing? I do international flights. However, the old software that I used to use and that I had for like ever, since about 2010, was called Flight Simulator X. And then I switched in 2016, 17. No, it was 2018. I switched to Prepare 3D, produced by Lockheed Martin, which is an actual manufacturer. You know that. That's actual aircraft manufacturer, Lockheed Martin. So this software is what we're using right now, the Lockheed Martin, and it's what they actually will put in simulators or train pilots on virtually before they actually put them in the cockpit. So yes, good old Flight Sim X. So my international stuff was all. Oh, you work for Lockheed? Okay, God, I forgot about that. Sorry, I'm sitting there explaining to you what Lockheed Martin is, and you work for them. Anyway, so I'm using the Lockheed Martin Prepare 3D version 4 simulator. So anyway, all of my international aircraft were purchased. I had to repurchase this aircraft, the Boeing 737, through PMDG. So I haven't been able to purchase. I love flying the Boeing 777, but it's $135 for the base 777, which is the 777-300. I don't have the money to do that right now, and then the expansion for the 200 I think is $35. So I mean, they put a lot of work into these aircraft to make them just like real world level. Oh, my voice, level. So I mean, they're expensive, and they rightfully should be because the amount of programming that goes into it, like I said, to make it up there with the real world. But I just don't have the money to do that right now, and that's kind of why I'm on Twitch. So if anybody out there has a lot of money and wants to hit, like $5 or heck, even $1 to the Twitch stream, that's one less dollar I've got to try to pay to get my international aircraft back. I do love doing that. I do love doing the. One of my favorite routes is the Houston to Amsterdam, or maybe it was Washington Dulles to Amsterdam. I love flying into the Amsterdam airport. All right, go ahead and turn off the fasten seatbelt sign because we're getting up to cruise. I'll turn it off here in a minute, actually. I want to make a cabin announcement. Folks from the flight deck, Captain Baker speaking. We are about 1,000 feet away from being at our cruising altitude. It's not going to be too long before we start our descent into the San Antonio area, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the remainder of the flight. Again, thank you for choosing Southwest Airlines, and enjoy some of the best cabin crew in the industry. Turn off the fasten seatbelt sign, because it's not bumpy. We'll let them stretch their legs. It won't be too long. The short hops.
Turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep the seatbelt fastened when using it in case of unexpected turbulence.
I want to point something out. Technically, the flight to Hawaii is not an international flight. I'm going to do some cinematic views here. But Southwest does have routes now from California to Hawaii. So my longest flight that I've ever done with Southwest Airlines is from Oakland to Honolulu, which was about 5.5 hours. These aircraft are equipped with overwater operations as long as they're ETOP certified. So I have done those. And I have done the international flights. It's been a long time since I've done an international flight. I also just like doing these views because every once in a while you get a really good screenshot view for the opening standby slate of the stream. So I like to grab some of these. Yeah, I don't want to admit how much add-on wise has gone into the simulator because I don't know when my mother is going to pop in and rake me over the coals for probably being in debt for simulator add-ons. But I am using real world weather right now, so that's what populates. This is what's happening over San Antonio about 5 minutes ago. So I say real world weather, but it's probably about a 5-minute delay because even the weather you get from the local news is about a 3 to 5 minute delay. So using that same data. And then the aircraft add-on itself, obviously the liveries are free. Yeah, oh my god, I just realized I'm not even on Unicom frequency, so I've been talking to all these people trying to, say, hey, get out of my way. And they haven't even been able to hear me. 122, oh my god, 122 point. That was more difficult to try to change that dial than it should have been. Yeah, we're not far out from the top of this, and we're only probably about 25, 27 miles out, which is just going to be like a couple minutes, if not about 1 minute. I'm going to step away. If you got some more questions, pop them in. What was I? Sorry, I was smelling something weird in the kitchen, like wafting from the kitchen, so I'm making sure I didn't like leave the oven on or some stupid thing like that, because you know me. Gotta drink my water too. So we're doing that. I tell you what, I gotta hit the head real quick. Gotta go visit the pilot's bathroom. So I'm gonna mute the mic real quick. We'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I had this moment of panic where I wasn't sure if I muted the microphone in the bathroom or not. Let's see. Britain says, if you were to do another flight internationally, where would you go? I'm also fond of the Dallas-Paris route on American. I really like Europe, preferably Western Europe. So that's why I don't think I've done a flight into Heathrow. So that would be something that I would be interested in doing, is a flight into Heathrow. I'd have to see what the best departure airport for that would be. I've flown into, like I said, I love Amsterdam, love Paris. So we're the Heathrow. Want to fly into Heathrow? I don't think I've ever flown into like Dublin or anything like that. I need to get on. I mean, I can fly whatever airline I want. I'm not obviously limited to anything. But I like to specifically fly with a virtual airline, so I feel like I'm not just jetting around and nothing's going toward anything, right? I like to fly with a virtual airline, so I feel like my hours sitting here at least log somewhere and count. And but really quickly, I'll just show you for the heck of it. Or I can't show you, but I'll tell you how many logged hours with this airline that I have. With Southwest Virtual, I have 416 hours sitting here logged. For these flights. Some of the other United, I had a lot racked up. I used to be with United Virtual, and I wasn't with them anymore. I'm trying to get back on with them. I had to quit. I didn't have enough time to do them all. Right now I'm with Southwest Virtual and American Virtual. I want to get on with United Virtual again. I'm with Alaskan Virtual, so these virtual airlines kind of require you to fly at least one flight a month. And I know that sounds like not a lot, because that's only like, so far 2 flights with Southwest and American. But what do you think about it? Even an hour flight is at least like an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours sitting here. So that adds up to 4 hours and etc. Okay. Auto throttle's backing off a little bit, so we are slowing down to start our descent. I'm with Alaskan Virtual, that's where that was leading, but luckily you don't have to complete a once-a-month flight with them. So I enjoy that. Alright, let's go ahead and set our approach references. We'll take flaps 30 today. Speed is at least 142 knots. Pressurization, landing altitude is 859 feet. Recall checked. Auto brake. We'll have auto brake off for landing. Landing data, VREF 30, minimums 200. Approach briefing completed. Approach brief complete. Or descent checklist complete. They really can't go to anything other than me being like, if I were to go get my pilot's license, say, you know, in a simulator that's not like fully, so that, you know, I can say, you know, I fly the PMDG, which is all of this around me. The PMDG 737, which is as real as it gets when it comes to Boeing aircraft in the simulator. But in the end, you know, it's when you're with the airline and you've actually put in time toward your actual pilot's license and actual like full simulations with the hydraulics that lift you up and all that. So no, I say when it counts, when I was saying it counts towards something, I feel like it counts towards something because it's logging the number and I can see it. I'm an executive captain with Southwest Virtual. I feel like that's an accomplishment as opposed to just picking a random airport and flying somewhere. I'm gonna probably get closer to picking a random airport and flying somewhere at some point. That's what a lot of streamers do. They don't stick with a virtual airline, but I love Southwest Airlines. I have always loved Southwest Airlines. So I feel weirdly a part of the company if I do this. Yeah, I know that sounds stupid, but yeah, so these hours really don't count toward anything, I don't think, unless they're like, wow, you put in 14 or 416 hours without even, just having fun. To show some kind of dedication, I guess, in a hiring process maybe, but. All right, so according to our computer, we got about 27 minutes until we're in San Antonio, but I know that's not right. We left a little bit ahead of schedule, and we have we do have a headwind, but I don't think that really is counting against us. Because we only have about, let's see, we got 14 miles to the next waypoint, 11 miles to the next waypoint, 18 to the next, 3 to the next, 10 to the next, 6 to the next, 6 to the next, and then 5 to the runway. So if anybody's doing the math on that, let's see. I don't think I have a calculator on my iPad. I'm using my phone to monitor chat. Why does Apple not have calculator for the iPad? Like, that's dumb. Alpha 13, I need y'all to remember that because I keep forgetting it and I panic. That's what's going to be our arrival gate. Okay, so when we pass 20,000 feet, I want to turn the seatbelt signs back on since we do have a full flight back there. Give everybody plenty of time to get where they need to go.
Income radio check.
Aircraft calling, this is Southwest 2268. We read you, but not loud and clear.
Roger, thank you.
So this is what's cool, and I don't think a lot of people get this, is you can fly online, air quote, and there are like, the system is called VATSIM, and they take it like as real as it can get air traffic control wise. So they, treat it just like real world operations. And so right now there's not a controller on for the airspace that I'm flying in. 20,000 seatbelt sign coming on. Hang on, let this announcement happen and then I'll finish that thought.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Okay, so finishing that thought. So I mean, they do it just like the real world operations for air traffic control and communicating with pilots, and people from around the world can fly wherever you don't have to be rated for anything. I have 5 viewers on this stream. I think that's probably an all-time record. If you're there, join Britain in talking with me, and let's, we can talk about whatever. We'll shoot the breeze. It doesn't have to be about flying. Makes it fun. So anyway, I'm not flying in a controlled airspace because there's not, a controller that is online to control the airspace that I'm in, or the arrival airport. I don't see a tower or ground clearance or approach or departure on right now for San Antonio. But if I go look, I bet there's one in the bigger areas get them, right? So like Dallas probably has a controller on right now. And so that's what's cool about it, is you can talk to a real person who's actually watching your aircraft, air quote, live movements and direct you just like a real air traffic control would. So I think that's kind of neat in that sense. Transition altitude reset. I wish there was a controller on right now so I could see what we're supposed to be at. What is our chart? Where's my charts? Sorry. 1 second. Oh, crud. What does that say? I need the freaking ATIS information. Center tower. Okay, 118.9 is what I'm going to switch to really quick. 118.9. Oh, that's perfect. San Antonio Airport information, all aircraft. Okay, landing and departing runway 3. Ugh, that's not what I set up for. No, I'm not doing that. The wind said 13's the best. That's why I wish a controller was online. Airport is at 2990. So there we go. I'll get that set. 122.8, we're back on Unicom frequency. Okay, our next altitude we're headed down is 9,300. And then we'll be below 10,000, therefore meaning we need to be below 250 knots. So once we kind of reach 10,000, the aircraft's nose is going to pull itself up. And the engines, you can hear them kind of winding down right now to help facilitate that slowing down. Crazy, sending us in on runway 4. That's the... Or is... No, we're doing what we set up for. I'm not changing it. If there was a controller who came on and told me to change it, I would change it. What's the dang airport? Elevation 809 for the runway. And then it's 8,502 feet lengthening of 502. Wow, that's not right. 809 runway 8,502. There we go. And then our course is 128. Of course, what all this means is I could just run into an aircraft who's taking off or landing. No, I don't think those runways intersect, so I'm probably good. In fact, I need us to boogie-woogie on down, because if you look down there on the route map, the airport's pretty much to our 11 o'clock.
San Antonio. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat underneath. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
He's the boogie woogie beauty boy at Company 3. Come on, drop. I don't know why the engine started to rev up there. As soon as we drop below 10,000, I've got to do a cabin ping and turn some lights on. Alright, 10,000. Logo light coming on, runway turnoff lights, and our fixed landing lights. And we're down to 5,000 feet. So pretty much we're executing, we're gonna get set up to a slingshot. That sounds a lot cooler than it is, and really probably not an aeronautical term, but that's what I'm gonna call it. That's what I call it anyway. We're just sling around that waypoint right there and line up with the runway. That's essentially all it is. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and let cabin crew know that we're gonna arrive about 10 minutes early. I'm gonna drop some speed here because we are too high. I wonder if I should have used that transition. Cabin crew, take your seats. And then we need 32,000 is what we're headed to after this next slingshot, and then I think we'll be good. Watch, we're gonna make this turn, and I just know we'll make that turn and the wind will probably just shift. That's just about the way that goes. Just checking YouTube really quick, making sure I don't have any chats, and I don't. It's going to be a bumpy ride into San Antonio. Let's hold altitude for a little bit. We're too low. All right, how far out are we? 11, 15 miles out. San Antonio traffic, Southwest 2268 on 15-mile final, runway 31 right. So, I don't know if you're talking about these. Obviously, that one right there is just a clock with a timer. That's just some nose wheel steering. Over on the left hand here under the 240, that's speed. In the middle there, that's your horizon, so the blue is the sky, the brown is the ground. That was going to be self-explanatory. And then there under the 3200, that's your altitude, so currently we're holding at 38,000, headed for 3,200, flaps 1. This is our, just kind of map, pretty much. GS up at the top left corner, ground speed 252, true airspeed is the TAS, we're at 257. The wind is blowing at 182 degrees /6, so that's about 6 knots. Over on the top right, that's our next waypoint, which is Hasdo. Pretty much just tells you we're 1.2 numerical miles away, now 1.0 miles away. Then we just have some VOR information down there. Hang on one sec. Laps 2. Course is just like the course heading alignments. These do a bunch of different things, and it's really hard to kind of explain what those are. IAS/Mach is our speed setting. Right now the VNav is handling that, vertical navigation. Our heading, just in case, we have is 131. Our LNav is our lateral navigation. APP is our approach switch. That's going to be our auto landing sequence. Some of these level changes down here has to do with speed. Then our altitude hold, which we want to hold at 3,200 feet, and our vertical speed, just as like right now it's being handled by the computer, but I could put in, we want to climb at 1,800 feet per minute, or something like that. 110.9. I have those in all right. 110.9, 110.9. Beautiful. Love it. Flaps 5. Flaps 10. Approach checklist. Altimeter set. Final checklist. Engine start switch is continuous. Speed brake armed. Gear. Ooh, it's cloudy. When we get on the ground, I'll kind of show you some more of the gauges. Gear down, about 5 miles out. Flaps 15. And we'll send flaps down to 30. Speed brake armed, landing gear down, flaps. Flaps 30, green light. Landing checklist complete. Cleared. Here we go. We're about 1,200 feet off the ground. San Antonio traffic, Southwest 2268, landing runway 13 right.
$1,000.
1,000 feet. The airport is totally closed. This would not be a good visual. That's why I got to do, auto pilot. You can kind of see the runway up there. You saw the lights briefly. There they are. Switching to manual auto. Manual throttle. Thrust. Throttle. Wow, we're just socked in fog. There we go. I knew we'd drop out of it. Low ceiling level. .500 feet. Four hundred.
300. 200.
Stable. Back off the thrust at half.
50.
Kill the thrust.
30. 20. 10.
Reverser's green. Speed brake up. .80 knots. 60 knots. Reverser's off.
Gentlemen, welcome to San Antonio.
Start the APU. Why do I feel like I blew a tire on landing?
PM, and it's currently about 59 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins. Items may have shifted during
San Antonio
flight.
traffic, Southwest 2268, clear runway 31 right.
Hope to see you again.
Okay to clean up. Flaps up, speed brake down, landing lights off, taxi lights staying on, engine start switches, probe can go to steady. Let's see, we need gate, what did I say? A13. G. Well, I guess that's what they mean. And of course, all of those gates are not available. So I guess we're probably gonna have to find a stand to park at. What are you? What gate are you? Because I'll take you, whatever you are. 35. Gate. I didn't mean to do that. Gate 35. I don't even know what Swissport is, but we'll take it. Oh, autopilot can disengage. Oh. I feel like that was an okay landing. One of my better ones. By one of my better ones, I mean the autopilot's better ones. Rig sweat set. Engine's going off, switching to APU. Seatbelt signs can go off. Hydraulic panel off. Fuel pumps, we gotta leave forward on for the APU. Deboarding. Wheel chocks in place, jetway plug in. Probe heat off. Left pack off, right pack off, isolation valve open, APU bleed on, strobe off, anti-collision light on. Let's see, gotta open up the doors for cargo here. There we go. Cabin crew, doors may be opened. I don't know why all these gates say United. It's not accurate, but... This baggage is unloading. Everything else is unloading. That can be turned off. Alright. This is the termination of this flight. So we'll go ahead and turn the IRSs off, the yaw damper off. We can switch to ground power and turn off the APU. And in a minute we'll turn off that fuel pump. Seatbelt signs off, engine start switches off. Let's cycle through. Parking checklist, fuel pumps off, probe heat off, hydraulic panels set, flaps up, parking brake set, engine start switches cut off, weather radar off. Alright, let's secure the aircraft. IRS is off. Emergency exit lights off. Window heat off. Packs off. Securing aircraft checklist complete. So, as soon as the passengers are deboarded, we will be able to fully shut down the aircraft. Good thing is we are on ground power, so. Flight deck door unlocked. Turn off our instrument backlights. Just to kind of clean house for the next crew that gets this aircraft out of San Antonio. I just like to kind of comb down the list here. Make sure we've got everything. Up. And hello. And down. All of those are set. All of that is set. Fun fact, there's another seat back here. I'll let you guess where it is. Oh, you thought it was this, huh? Not a seat. Not a seat. No storage this surface. The seat is hidden right here. Doesn't look comfortable. It's a seat nonetheless. We got a reading light back here for this whoever sits here, and then we also have a oxygen just in case of an emergency and they need some oxygen. That's where their oxygen mask will go. Got a fire hydrant on board because you never know what can happen on up in here, and you certainly don't want to have to unlock that back door to grab a fire hydrant if it's a part of it, some nefarious plot. And then here's kind of the high level view. It sits a lot lower. So when the flight attendants walk in, you know, they're kind of standing here having to look down at the pilots. So, kind of cool to me. Just to get a wide angle view of it. Anyway. I guess we could hop in here and say goodbye to the passengers like a good pilot would as they deplane. Bye, thank you. Thanks, have a good thank you, thanks for flying with us. Bye, we appreciate it. Bye. Was this person stuck? Okay. Oh, you looked angry. And you just have a funny walk, man, lady. Oh, well, you and your grandson have a good flight. You are a good day. You too, Mr. Businessman. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks. Bye. See you next time. Goodbye. That was a fun. You have a fun walk too. And you. See, you're more normal. Oh, you're just a small human, aren't you? Goodbye. It's kind of rude how they don't respond. You look just like that other lady that came through here. Y'all twins. The sweater vest man. Okay, Billy Piper. Alright. How many more people are on this plane? It was a full flight. Bye. Mr. Funny Walk. Thank you. Thanks. Good night. Goodbye. Have a good day. Hi, welcome to San Antonio. Have a good day. Goodbye, ma'am. Oh, okay, I think that's it. Thank goodness. All the passengers have left the plane. Sweet. Nobody else is on board. So now we can hop back in the flight deck here. Alright. Go ahead and disconnect from the ground power. And turn off the battery. If you hear that whirring, that in the background, it's the sound of the battery. And it's going to slowly wind itself down. Anyway, so now the flight attendants are going to deplane. I know you didn't see them back there, but I promise you they were there. In fact, if I cheat and probably zoom in to the building or something there. Oh, it's separated. It's a separated building. So you could probably see them in there in the jet bridge. That'd be a cool shot right there, actually. Gonna screenshot that one. There goes one of our company planes. Oh, that one Southwest plane over there looked like he was going slow. Pull up, buddy. There you go. Alright, what's going on here? Like, I know this is kind of cheating, and it's weird. So this is what the outside of the plane looks like from the cockpit view. Has the wings, no engine inside of the engine, and it's just this gray tube. So if you like go inside of said gray tube, it's nothing. Because the outside model is separate from the inside model. And then for some reason with this add-on, it does not like, the camera likes to just kind of delete things with the add-on. So I have no idea why it's like that. Flight attendant should have been at least deboarded by now. We'll fly up the jetway and check it out. Hello? Anybody home? Alright. So because this aircraft's going into storage, those stairs are gonna back away. Go ahead and close the aircraft door. And we'll undock the jet bridge. And we're in storage. That's it. We arrived 31 seconds ahead of schedule. Let's go ahead and check our post-flight report with some information that we would obviously never obtain from passengers. They were at a 96% satisfaction rate. Oh, our landing was rough. Never mind. It was 436 feet per minute. Comments. Wish they would have given us a drink. Well, sorry. You would have not even had time to drink it. Quick flight. Great flight. I'm impressed. 100. Okay. So there's that. Save. Oh, we gotta file our virtual airline report here. Let's see. Let's see. Come on. Approve it. Approve it. You know you want to approve it. Approve it. Approved. Perfect. Added on some flight time there. Well, I certainly thank you for joining us on this escapade of adventures, and hope to possibly see you all back here. Let's be honest. Probably going to be back tomorrow. Have a good Friday night, everybody.